Welcome to the Tap Room Exclusive. I am with Marissa DeSantis. You are here at Brick and Barrel. You guys are brewing some beer here for Beer Women Rock. Tell the people a little bit about what Beer Women Rock is and what it is you guys are brewing today.
Sure. So Beer Women Rock is very dear to my heart. I've been involved with Beer Women Rock for the past 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Which is how long we've been in existence. So I'm a day one.
Nice.
And this whole group kind of formed in a very grassroots way. We used to have a Girls Pine Out chapter here in Cleveland. We don't have a Pink Boot Society chapter here in Cleveland. But we really felt the need to find some sort of group that could bring women from the beer industry together, an advocacy group, an education group, and just to bring more visibility to us as women in the industry. So, it formed in a very grassroots way. Even though we're all on paper competitors, we represent a bunch of different breweries. We're all allies for each other. We want to support each other. And we also wanted to bring a charitable element to what we do. So every year, as part of our flagship event, we pick a local 501c3 nonprofit, and then the beer sales and our raffle donations all benefit a group that shares our values and benefits women in the community or abroad in some way.
Does that change every year, the charity that you donate to, or do you pick specifically one and do that every year?
We switch up every year.
Nice.
So this year we're benefiting Drink Local, Drink Tap.
Awesome.
So they do a lot of great work for clean water and accessibility of clean water, and they also do things to support women abroad, particularly in Africa. They're doing a lot of work to keep women safe and to keep clean water available to people around the world.
Oh, very cool. And so you talked about how you're kind of a day one person with this movement. How did you get involved personally? Like, was there like a post or something? Like, how did it originally kind of come together?
So I'm fortunate that I'm an employee of Great Lakes Brewing Company.
Nice.
And Great Lakes, I feel like everyone either was there at some point or knows someone who's there. So I learned of this organization from someone named Amy Kane, someone I greatly admire in the industry who used to work for Great Lakes. She really wanted to get a group of women together, and I was just lucky enough to be on the periphery of her looking into doing something like this. And then, through Great Lakes, there's a lot of alumni here from Great Lakes Brewing Company. I feel so connected to so many women in the industry now.
Yeah. I can only imagine, it's nice to see everything kind of coming together. You talked about how you're kind of all rivals in a way, but with this industry, it seems like no matter where the rivalry stands, you guys all come together, and I really like that specifically about the craft beer industry.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Like, even today, our raw materials for our brew, we've got donations from even breweries who maybe aren't necessarily represented in person today. They're donating hops, they're donating grain. We've got a lot of Ohio grain, which is very cool. So it's cool even if there aren't breweries who have women in prominent roles, they're still looking for ways to support.
Right.
And our industry is so unique that way. You really don't see that a lot. So I feel very grateful for that.
Absolutely. And the event is going to be coming up. That'll be in July, on July 27th. Am I correct on the date?
July 27th at Jukebox from 2 to 6, yeah.
Very cool. And the beer you guys are brewing today will actually be on tap. What is the beer that you guys are brewing today?
So we're calling it, I named it, it's called Beauty School Dropout.
Nice name.
Thank you. I work in marketing for Great Lakes, so I get to name all of our beers. So I'm like, I'll apply that skill here.
That's a hard thing. That's a hard skill. I applaud you for being able to do it.
It is, especially with like 7,000 breweries, all competing for names.
Right? I tried to do one, and I was like, let me come up with this idea. And then I looked it up. I was like, already taken. All right, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for doing it.
So this one may be taken. I didn't actually screen it, but it's a one-off, so hopefully it'll be cool. But yeah, we're using pink Himalayan sea salt in it. It's a table beer, so it'll be perfect for summer, very low alcohol, drinkable. We're using Norwegian Cinovec yeast, which will be super refreshing, aromatic. So because of the pink Himalayan sea salt and the pink grapefruit peel we're using in it, like this is kind of like a pink lady beer.
Yeah.
Beauty School Dropout. We've got kind of that like rock and roll theme here for Beer
awesome.
Women Rock. That'll be great. And I'll be spinning at the event on July 27th. I do an all vinyl set and
nice.
all female musicians.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for updates on the event coming up on July 27th and on the beer. Marissa, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you want to get out about Beer Women Rock and the event before we cut?
I think the only thing I want to say is even though that, this organization is founded by women and we want to invite women to the table and to learn about opportunities in the beer industry, everyone is welcome. We don't want to be exclusionary in any way. So it's a good cause. There's a ton of great beers on tap at the event. So don't be intimidated by the awesome women. We want to see everybody. We want to see everyone come out and support.
Absolutely. July 27th, get out there and try this beer. It's going to be awesome. Thank you, Marissa, again for your time. I really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, I am with Ann Cinovec-Carpenter. I'm here at the Beer Women Rock event. You guys are brewing today. Talk a little bit about the whole organization and a little bit about what you're brewing today.
So this is our 5th year. I am not the person who fully started this group. It was a very collaborative effort. We realized there was a handful of women in sales for larger companies, and we didn't have coworkers necessarily. And we were kind of alone on islands. We were competitors, but we went to each other because we didn't have anyone else to go to. And being females in a male-dominated industry, we kind of just came together naturally and realized we didn't have a Pink Boot Society up here. We didn't have any other kind of platform for us to get together. And we kind of just talked about getting together for a beer and then realized we can do more with this. And we can highlight the companies that hire us, and we can highlight the different nonprofits that are doing good work in our community and be able to support them and support the accounts that support us at the same time. So it was really just very natural sort of coming together and being able to kind of pull each other's resources and support each other as women kind of fighting the good fight in craft beer, which is always a fight no matter if you're male or female.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It's a very busy industry right now. There's a lot of everything out there. I mean, Ohio just hit over 300 breweries in the state. I mean, it's insane. There's just a lot out there. But it's awesome, to see people come together like they do for events and for things like this. And you don't see that with a lot of industries.
No.
But it's really nice to see that with the craft beer industry. And how was it that you got kind of involved in everything yourself? What was your history for getting into craft beer?
Yeah, I've been in craft beer. Well, I've been in beer for about 7 years or more. It wasn't craft beer originally, but I did work for a distributor and met some females in that industry. And then when I came back to that company in a craft position, that was kind of when we all started to see this opportunity to work together. But I was a part of the first year, and I've been a part ever since. And our fearless leader originally was Amy Kane, and she eventually isn't in she left the craft beer industry, but she kind of led the way for a lot of us, including myself, and we started to drop the ball on the event. And in that year, I sort of looked around and was like, I know this was really important to me, it's really important to a lot of us, but someone needs to pick it up. And I excitedly and reluctantly picked up that ball, and now this is my third year really being heavily involved in it, and second year kind of running it, and it's really just running the communication of it. Everybody has their own piece that they kind of participate with and their skill set that they bring to the table, and it kind of just helps that it's not one person bearing the weight of the entire event. And with that, we're all able to kind of knock on different doors for the things that we need. So for today, for our brew, almost all of the ingredients are donated to us through other local breweries, local businesses. So I know we got our pink Himalayan sea salt from Chef to Chef. We have our pink grapefruit peel from Vine and Hops.
Nice.
And then hops and malts and things from local breweries. So we get a lot of that donated, and it's because of each person having their separate connection. And then a lot of the funds we raise at our event are through the donations that we get for our raffles. And we've started to expand that this year, really focused on female-owned businesses as much as possible, just so that we can highlight what they're doing locally as well and kind of tie in. It's not just women in beer that have a struggle, but, women business owners have different struggles that I don't know as much about them, but I'm here for them, and we want to support them. And the more people know that what they do, the more they're going to come back into those doors and purchase their products and use their services. Yeah.
Absolutely. So the event's on July 27th. Talk a little bit about the event and what happens and what all you can do there at the event.
Yeah, so the event is July 27th at Jukebox. We always do it there. It is not a female-owned establishment, but Alex is the owner, and he has been supporting a lot of the female reps in the beer industry for years, and they're just a very all-inclusive establishment in general. So it was a perfect fit for us, and the event is mainly outside on their big patio. We will have between 10 and 13 beers. So one of them is the beer that we're brewing today, which we inspired the name from the ingredients, and then also the movie Grease. So it was, the name of our beer is Beauty School Dropout. We're using all kind of pink ingredients, pink Himalayan sea salt, pink grapefruit peel. So kind of going off of the play on words with that. So anytime you purchase that beer and any of the other beers that we have on draft, all of the beer is donated. So all of the proceeds from it are what we're donating to our nonprofit that we partner with this year. That is Drink Local, Drink Tap. So it's any of the beers, any of the raffle tickets purchased. The 50-50 raffle does go back to Beer Women Rock, so that we have a small little pocket of money to use for things like marketing, ingredients, different, just miscellaneous things you need. Yeah. And we are hoping to one day become an official nonprofit ourselves. So kind of putting a little bit of that away every year to hopefully be able to do that one day. But in the last couple of years, we've been able to donate $5,000 the last 2 years, each year. The year before, I think, was like $4,300. So we've been growing every year. Last year, it was a monsoon, so we were just really excited that we even raised the same amount as the year before, because it seemed like it was not going to happen. But we had the support of the community and people coming out for the event, and they were just excited to be a part of it and drink good beer.
Yeah, absolutely. You can drink beer in the rain. It's good.
Perfect.
So, anything else that you want to get out about Beer Women Rock and the event before we head out?
Just come check it out. Come meet us. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It's Beer Women Rock. I think on Instagram it's beer.women.rock. But follow us, and you can kind of keep up to date with what we're doing. We are potentially adding a second event this year, which will be the first time ever. We're kind of still figuring that out, but stay tuned and follow us and check everything out.
Thank you, Ann, so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.